September 3 National Military Parade in Beijing is a very important political mission in government. And so every attendance and manufacturers and brand are very critical for themselves. Let me introduce Xinhua News Agency. Xinhua News Agency is China's biggest and most important official and global news organization. It has over 19 years history. This project is also important for science image, and I think it's typically NDI application and the SDI application combined with together to use in the NDI ecosystem. From last year to this year, during the early stage preparing for military parade, Xinhua News Organization initially identified science image products. After a long time project planning and production stability testing. After an in-depth discussion with the science image team and the Xinhua News team in their headquarters, they decided to use NDI and Science Image Studio 2 and Studio Edge, because Studio 2 and Studio Edge has NDI high bandwidth encoder and decoder and up-down cross conversion in one machine. They decided to use Science Image. What's Xinhua News requirements? They in the Tiananmen Square, there has many cameras and capture ends to signal acquisition and convert NDI high bandwidth to the system. And in the backend, in the studio room, there has many multi-screen monitoring to monitor the NDI source. And how about transmission? In the acquisition, you want to transmit the 12G SDI and HDMI 4K to NDI, and how to resolve the long distance transceiver. They're using fiber from camera to studio room. It has exceed about 8 kilometers long distance, so they use fiber to transmission NDI, and in the receiving, they receive the SDI signal and convert to NDI, to the broadcast and to the recorder and multi-screen. And in live production panel, they also use NDI to production, the streaming PGM. And another effort is to backup signals, such as several backend SDI camera and other signals. I want to know why Xinhua News use NDI and choose Science Image, because in this years NDI is acceptable by more and more China government news media and TV station, because they recognize NDI technology, especially for high bandwidth NDI is high quality and low latency, and easy to consist a network to using NDI to application IP technology. So the third reason is easy to consist a robust ecosystem. NDI is natively supported by mainstream production, such as OBS and Vmix. And OBS and Vmix is more popular by TV station and personal users. Ensure a mature and stable integration. Which devices Xinhua News use? They use about 40 units Studio 2 like this, and using Studio 2 as a NDI high bandwidth encoder and a decoder and the optical transceiver at the same time. And in the studio room, they use Studio Edge 6 channels, 4 units, totally 24 channels as a high bandwidth NDI encoder, decoder, and the optical transceiver. So, how user can manage all sources of NDI and devices? They use Science Images software named DynaHub. DynaHub could manage all devices and NDI signals in the panel, and to setting parameters and working mode in all devices by using DynaHub. It's easy to use and could consist a simple system of management NDI and all devices. So, why Xinhua News selected Science Image? Because Science Image developed NDI technology over 5 years. Many important issues and projects using Science Image product, just like Sphere use Science Image products like the Flow for 200 boxes in the Sphere project. They use up-down cross conversion and SDI transmission. And in China News Service, they use Studio Edge for transmission NDI and SDI and HDMI up-down cross conversion. So the NDI's features is more and more acceptable by national and important TV station and news organization in China. Let me introduce Studio 2's features. Studio features is SDI and HDMI up-down cross conversion, including NDI encoding and decoding, and optical transceiver in one box. And this means 3 functions will working together. And Studio 2 has also API to supply to users to integrate it in their systems. And easy to centralize management using software with DynaHub, View and the DynaRouter, and to control and view all of the signals and devices in the network. The result and conclusion after the mission completed in this year. So the user give us good praise for the result. During the 70 meets large-scale military trade events, we have no problem and very perform stable in the project. So the Xinhua News is very comfortable and satisfied with NDI application in this project.